Well, this is the Leggett Podcast, episode number 54, I think. And we've got Jazza Dickens back.
Boom. Hat-trick ball, is it required?
I've spent more time with it than pubs in my life. I've spent more time in sleep than in pubs.
Mate, you know when, I think I might have said this on the last time, but first of all, thanks so much for doing this, because I know...
Yeah, by the way, as well, we said at the start, a few weeks ago, I got told that when I texted and said we need to start doing intros and stuff. Remember I texted my friend, asked me.
Yeah.
We don't even... Jazz is he's a household name. He should start hosting it with us. So there's no intro needed for this one with Jazza.
What was I say? Yeah, so I really like doing these because I think the last... So obviously you had a fight which was about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, your last fight before that, were you on here?
No,
no?
I think the first fight was... What was the first fight? The one in the Olympia, was it?
Yeah. First fight we went to, you mean? Or?
Yeah.
Yes, that was it. Sorry, yeah. Then? We had you a while ago, didn't we? And then you were in camp training
before the fight, then after the fight.
Yeah.
No, we have missed one fight, but I don't know if it was the last fight or the one before that. I don't know. I think it was the last one, wasn't it? The quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Didn't come back.
I don't know why
I have to come back.
You know when you get absolutely massive, can I still Instagram you saying can you come on? I don't have to go through an agent or anything like that. Right, good. Mate, I watched that fight. I think it was on a Friday, and I don't usually get nervous for boxing fights at all, right? But there was something about, just because I think I've obviously know you a bit now and stuff like that, but I was so nervous when that build up. It was like, yeah. I couldn't sleep in the night after it. Obviously, it was a cracking fight. Yeah. It was such a good fight.
Yeah, you can get invested, can't you? You can definitely get invested if you know the person.
Yeah.
Yourself. I get more nervous for watching a friend because it's just think you've got no power over it. You can't do nothing.
You can't do anything.
You've got to watch it, So.
Do you get more nervous the bigger the fight, or is every fight the same?
No, I get more nervous, bigger the fight, definitely.
Yeah.
But you're not just more nervous, you're more this, you're more that, more everything. Everything's heightened, you know what I mean? So you're more excited, you're more happy, you're more switched on. So there's a lot, you can see the positivity, that. You can say, I shit myself, he's good. But then you can say, no, the best comes out of me, sort of thing. Everything gets heightened, though, definitely. I like that.
You know what I always think is... And again, I've been in like high pressure situations myself, not unlike yours, but I think that what I respect so much about you, and I think it's so different that not many people can comprehend. For example, I was in Afghan, and when the shit hits the fan, it goes boom, and then you react and you do your job and all that. But what I think's so different about you is the mindset you've got to have, because you know that's going to happen for 12 weeks.
The anticipation.
That anticipation and that build up. Fuck me, like in Afghan, like you just be walking along and then boom. And then you just do what you do. So you've got no time to worry about and think, and because it just happens. You're fighting this lad for 12 weeks. Like that, I think that's fucking mad.
I suppose, though, you do have that answer. Something. I think it'd be worse for you because you probably, like, any little thing, is it going off now? Is it not? I know, then we can calm down. That must be draining.
It is, but for a couple of hours and then the patrol finishes and you're done. But
no switch off.
It's just 12 weeks. Like, I just imagine it. I remember Paul Smith said to me years ago, we were in the gym, and he said, "Do you ever have a fight in school at like 9 a.m? You went, what lad? What after school watch?" And then you'd spend the next 6 lessons, and you'd walk past them at break, and you're like, "Yeah, lad, watch." And then you'd be at your dinner watching. Yeah, fucking you lad, watch later. And then for that like 5-6 hours, it was draining. Yeah. And I just imagine those like 5 or 6 hours knowing you were having a fight after school. Times by a million. Because you're having a fight. And
we did speak about it before. I said at the time when I done it. I forgot that I'd arranged the fight after school. So I'm walking to the school gates thinking, what's going on here? Big crowd and all that. And I said, what's happening here? I said, where you want having a straight there? I was having a straight there, but I forgot all about it.
See, that's your hard and you forgot about it. I was probably shitting myself all day thinking,
I just thought the kid doesn't shit himself, but he was waiting.
But I mean, with that though, with every fight you got the 12 weeks. With this being an even bigger fight, and the prize, the contract's at the end. Is it? Do you feel it like the even the build-up, or is it just on the night where it hits home, or is it, can you...
I think the part of the career I'm at now is like, I've seen it all, I've had even bigger fights, so it's like, once you've tasted that, you don't want to go backwards, and it's like, fighting for the world title against probably one of the best fighters to ever live, it can be like, this is not like that. It's probably never going to be like that again, do you know what I mean? So I was young, inexperienced, going up against it, so it's like, now, it's never going to be like that. So it probably there's a little bit of pressure taken off because of when I took that step early on in my career. I don't know, maybe
gives you that confidence.
Yeah, like you could say to anyone who's going to fight, well, you're not him. You're not the fella who fought for the world title. You're far from it. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel with it.
But saying all that, we were just speaking off air. Then that guy you were fighting was favourite.
Yeah.
I think that's a mad thing because again, you've got such belief in yourself and confidence and that experience, knowing that you've had bigger fights and tougher fights in your head, and you're like so. But yet you've got the experts, if you like, saying Jazz is the underdog.
Just shows, doesn't it? The experts, they probably most of them never took a punch. They don't know what it's like to be in there. They don't see the things that fighters see. And someone told me when I was in the hotel room, it was 4-1. And I just pissed myself laughing. I just looked at my bed and just burst out laughing, the pair of us.
4-1?
Yeah, that it was... Because we couldn't understand where... Obviously, I know why, and I've proved why, but we just couldn't understand what they were talking about, you know. It was just a great opportunity for everyone to cash in.
I wish I'd fucking knew I was in Vegas, so I didn't know.
I get messages now.
Do you?
So many people. I should put it up on my Instagram. Another one. Now there. Eat that with your mail, but like most days, someone says, look what I won. It's died down a bit now, but for ages it was happening.
Me in Vegas, my mate Jordan, he writes, he's a sports writer, and that's the first thing he said the next day. He was out in Vegas for the Fury fight. Scouse a great lad, him and his dad. And the first thing he said, did you bet on Jazza? And I was like, no, I've been out here, haven't I? And he was like, oh, it was a great price. I was like, well, I was open and think he'd win, but I didn't know he was fucking 4-1, like.
Mad, innit? But you would think though, wouldn't you, if you weren't a better? 4-1, he's got no chance.
Yeah.
Especially in boxing, because it's
in
only
boxing,
like 2 horse race, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Right. I know we always quite like bringing up.
Well, I've only ever seen the highlights, obviously, because I was in Vegas and it was different time zones.
Yeah, of course. So you fought on the Friday before, and then Tyson Fury fought on the Saturday.
Yeah. I was reading the comments the other night. I don't know why I was reading them, but I was reading YouTube comments.
Oh, don't.
Funny, you know.
Yeah, it's a dangerous route to go down if you start reading. Why was some of them good?
No, bad. The morally unsound are just there waiting to.
Why? What are they saying bad about you?
Some of them are bad. Look, some of them are like nice, isn't that?
Cracking fight, top blokes both. That's all right. That's what you call a fight. Great fight, warriors both.
Hey, these are good,
I think you were lying. You just wanted us to read out all the positive ones. Yeah, Tom, just get those comments up. Look at everyone slagging me. Everyone's like, Jazza, you're amazing.
Maybe it's not this one. I think it was.
It's definitely not this one. Jazza showed there, he's relentless.
Jazza won the fight by a mile.
Defo fishing for compliments there, Jazza.
It's an interview. I've got like a big bruise on my face. And I'm saying, I haven't seen my kids for 6 weeks. I'm going to go home. I said, well, right, you better pre-warn them then.
Was it this fight that your eye was fucked, wasn't it?
Yeah. I swell easy.
When did that happen in the fight?
First round.
Was it?
Yeah, first round. It's only a jab or something, I think. It just swelled it easy. But it goes down easy too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the lead.
This year with my arm fella, it's boss for me because just staying in the house together and all that for years, and now he's there next to me, no carrying the belt and stuff like that. It's like dream come true, boss.
That must be an amazing feeling, that, yeah. What is your dad the type of fella who, obviously you've had your training through the lads in camp all throughout, you've got your tactics and you've done all that. Is your dad the type to kind of, I'm just thinking like typical like Sunday league dad, where he's like, you know, my dad, the manager used to give us like a team talk, and then my dad would go, fucking ignore him, listen, just do this and do that, and like, I'd be like, Dad, do you want to listen to the manager or you? Do you know what I mean?
He probably would, I maybe think he would, but throughout the years I've said, Dad, this is not your place, you know what I mean? Because there's people who put so much time and effort into turn up every day to train you, and then your half will tell you what to do, you know what I mean? So, no, he supports me though. There's things he knows, there's things that he'll suggest, only because he's sort of in tune with my coaches, you know. He'll listen to what they say, and if he agrees, he'll be shouting it, because he knows he's got to go ahead.
I didn't realize. So I know we keep putting. I didn't. Obviously, I see MTK Global everywhere, but I didn't realize how big they are.
Massive, aren't they?
Fucking huge, aren't they?
Jazza Dickens.
Yeah, I'm on there. On the way, yeah. I start laughing here. This is
Have you seen this before?
See that where I start laughing there? I was walking and some fella popped out of the bar and shouted, "You scouse cunt!" Because he phoned me, a few days later and said, "I was standing in the bar when you was in the walk out." And some fella shouted, "You scouse cunt!" So he has a word with him.
I love you come out to Salisbury Hill as well, man.
Good, isn't it?
My favourite songs
You told me it was
ever.
Liverpool songs, didn't you?
Yeah, it is,
I
yeah.
never knew that, would you?
It's just the tune where it goes now and it goes, Liverpool, Liverpool. Yeah.
It's a good venue, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Probably one of the best you can box in, to be honest.
Because it's quite close. Everyone's
Yeah.
quite like it's quite.
And the atmosphere, you obviously can't see the atmosphere there, but it's unbelievable. The atmosphere in there.
Was that the one where the lad from Stoke last week come out to Delilah? Did you see that one? The
Yeah,
boxer?
I think I saw it on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, that looked a good one.
Sure where it was.
So where are you most nervous then, before or like now when you're in the ring? Or has the nerves gone at that point?
No, you're nervous now, like. I reckon. It's like a constant burn, do you know what I mean? It's like the nerves are on, but I don't know. I don't think about it, do you know what I mean? I'm in the fight now. I'm in the fight. I'm thinking what I'm going to do, where am I? I think if I was sitting there thinking, fucking hell, these nerves are bad, I think I'd just be a body waiting to get blood into me. I think you can't think that way. I couldn't answer that. I've never actually thought.
It's just mad to think, like, obviously we've sat here with you now, like I feel like I know you so much and all that, and I'm like looking at you now and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
how is he fucking doing that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's because you're like, again, you're such a nice guy and like you sit there and you talk to you, but then I'm like, he's about to get fucking punched and he's going to punch someone and he's like sitting there, I'm thinking, I don't know, it sounds stupid, but
Yeah, it's a mad thing, isn't it? I think you have to build yourself up to be in that situation, though. Like this thing when we're going to be isolated and all that. If we are going to be isolated, the fighters just live like that anyway. You know what I mean? We live in isolation, sort of thing. So,
But we were talking about this yesterday, weren't we? Or the other day?
well,
The about potentially being isolated, but you don't know.
it's
What.
like you saying there though, I guess, yeah, you are, aren't you? You've just got your little thing for the day that you're doing for 12 weeks, you got your structure and then that's...
you look at the same walls in the bedroom. You can't go out because you need your rest and all that. And just isolated for that long. You just think about this moment. You visualise the ring. You've got nothing else to do. Think about what you're going to do thousands and thousands of times. Every scenario. Do you know what I mean? There's no scenario that you come in that you haven't already been in. You know what I mean? Unless when you get wallets. And
It's like the Mike Tyson thing, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face or something.
Right.
that's what you don't try and visualise because it's negative visualisation. That.
Yeah.
I'll wind it forward here to the fucking advert. Just while this advert's playing here now. So, if you obviously you've won this fight, which means you go into the final, don't you?
Yeah. My opposition had just been on a few fights before.
Oh, that's down. Touch Tom, please.
The two of the semi-finalists had just been on. Ryan Walsh, he won against Tyrone McCullough.
So you win it. Obviously, you've won it now. You're into the final. What is this golden contract then?
It's a contract with this company, yeah.
MTK,
Sky Sports, the Matchroom.
Oh yeah.
Top Rank. It's a big tournament
Right.
contract. A 5-fight deal, life-changing money, geared towards world title. So it's like
Fucking hell.
Wow.
So when is that final?
life-changing. I can't announce it yet,
Oh yeah, you don't know.
Can't
Right,
predict it.
yeah.
but it really is a golden contract. Like
And is that what it is? Actually, how old are you now, Jazza? How old are you?
28. 28. I always think I'm 28, 29, 28.
So you're just getting into your prime now then, aren't you?
I put a picture up on the Instagram the other day of how young I was when I turned pro. I was like, man,
That's what I mean, mate. When I remember seeing that.
Champion as a
Yeah.
boy.
When I first come across your story years and years ago, you forget that was fucking years ago, wasn't it? Like, and you've been on the scene. You seems to be on the scene forever, and you look at you now in this great position in the final, and just getting to your prime now. It's exciting, man.
I feel like that myself. I'm coming into it. Maybe I should have stayed amateur longer, but I was just too impatient to turn pro. It was my dreams. I just love to be a professional fighter. I'm blessed and like to be in that position, so I couldn't wait to do it. Me and my mate was talking today about just me and him in the gym. He's one of the coaches in the amateur side of it, so we got developed a friendship. So he used to come everywhere with us when we'd be doing the weigh-ins and stuff before the fight. And he said one time I was watching you and I thought Jazz look ripped as fuck. And then he said he seen like Scott Quigg and Randall Monroe. They got on the scales and the same weight. But he said, well, fucking after Jazz was ripped, but they're men, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, now he looks at me, get up the scale and says, you're a man now, and you'll be fighting boys. But at the time, we thought that you was in good shape, but you weren't. You're just like a soft boy, do you know what I mean?
It is different, that man strength, isn't it? I always remember being about 15 or 16 or something, and I think like just first push. Took me dad to the park, so he took me to play footy or something, sitting there, and I was like, come on then, do you want to have a run? And my dad like got a beer gut and all that, and I'm thinking like I'm 15, I'm dead fit and all that. I made like a little sprint and he fucking beat me. Yeah. And then like, you know, you have like little wrestles or whatever, and it's just got like that man strength, haven't you? When you think you're like, you know, younger, but you just don't have that kind of...
You can't explain it, can you, when you're a kid? You just
No.
don't know what it is. You can't imagine that you will gain that strength either, can you?
No.
Mate, that is so exciting, isn't it? Just that one last... Fucking hellfire. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. I would not like to be at the end of that.
He said after the fight, he come out fast and thought he can't keep this pace up for 10 rounds. But I knew if I kept him working with me, I'd come out stronger, you know. I'd be fitter.
What, that's what he said, was it?
He said after the fight, he started fast and thought, alright, I'll let you burn your ass out of yourself, because then in a minute I'll come on strong. But I never stopped, because I knew whilst I'm working, he's working.
Yeah.
We're both working.
Was that the game plan then? Just come out of the gates flying?
It's going to be a tough one with him, because he was a really good fighter. He was a good boxer, and he boxed. The fella he beat the fight before just moved down away from one of the European titles. So the kid he beat last time, really good fighter as well. He's a really good fighter, man. I thought he could get off to a flyer if I let him. So I was just going to jump right on him. And bully from the start. As soon as I take away his stamina, and it's good attributes.
I was going to say that, do you not think that should have been a knockdown?
It was, I felt it.
I know,
yeah.
because at first it looked like a push, but in the replay you connect, don't you?
It was, I know it was. In the fight, I pushed him because I thought he was going to come back up. And sometimes when he come back up, I've had my face smashed in before with a butt when the fighters sprung back up. So you put your arms in the way so he can't come back up with the head. That's why I put my arms out, because I thought he was coming back up.
It's come across as a push, but yeah, yeah, because as he goes to move, you can see his leg buckles, doesn't it? His leg goes like jelly and he falls.
Yeah, that happens though.
That must have given you a lot of confidence, that straight away going in the first round, thinking, I've just, I
boxed him 10 years earlier though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, boxed him in the semi-final of the ABAs 10 years earlier. And then I went on to win the ABAs in York Hall 10 years later.
That's it, York Hall, yeah.
And had you had any kind of relationship with him before this fight?
No. Didn't not like him, nothing, but when I was on the Great Britain team 10 years ago, I was saying to get on the squad to go to the Commonwealth and the Olympics, and he got put on the squad just out of nowhere above me. He hadn't won nothing. He just got given an opportunity, but then he was given the opportunity above me, and so we had a mixed camp on time. He was in there, and we was on the bags, and we both knew we were going to fight each other, so there was going to be no sparring between us, but we were still training in the same gym. And
that's a mad thing already, just saying that.
And the rounds ended. This was just no words got spoken, but a lot got said between me and him. We had a fight maybe a week later, and the round ended, and he went off the bag for a little drink of water or whatever. And I thought, come on then. So this is where it was back then. When I say back then, it still am, but not as much. And so I went over and stood on his bag, next to his bag, and it was time to start the rounds again. And he walked over and stopped and looked at me and said, "You're on my bag." But I said, "Go on, then, I'm on your bag." Do you know what I mean? It's like a mental, psychology. It's not a bully if you're gonna fight with two men. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, you're gonna say something, or you're gonna let me win the fight that we want to have now. Do you know what I mean? And he swallowed it and he walked away, and I always
Did
knew
he,
I
yeah?
had his number, yeah. Even to this now, when everyone's saying he's the favourite and all that, but I knew I had his number by the way I went and beat him then, and I thought nothing changed.
As silly as that is, though, mate, that's massive. That
Psychologically.
mate, Tyson Fury's got the exact same, well, not the exact same, but very similar story with Klitschko. Have you heard it in the sauna?
Yeah.
No, what is it?
Mate, mate, exactly like what Jazz is saying there. Like him and Klitschko, like years and years ago, before they were gonna fight, they knew one day they'd have to fight, and they were in a sauna together, and it was like fucking 100 degrees, whatever it is. They both went in at the same time, and Tyson's like, "I'm not getting out of here until you do," and he's like, it was one of them, like no words got spoke, but they're both looking at each other, thinking, "Who can handle the heat the longest?"
Fucking hell. Who got out?
Klitschko got out first, and Tyson Fury on the news since then. I fucking knew I'd beat him.
Klitschko doesn't recall it. He says, I don't even know what you're on about.
Did he, yeah?
Maybe he's just the champion and he didn't even think nothing of it, and that's just Tyson's mind. Because I was in the Pure Gym last week saying, "Do you quit before me about some fella on the bag next to me?" So I ended up saying him for like, on the bag for 20 minutes longer than him. In my mind, he'll quit before me. But maybe that's just the psychology of the man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's to do with the fighting you desire as well, isn't it? Like, yeah, maybe for him, he's just like, whatever, but when you've got that sole kind of focus and goal, anything like that, I think is massive. Mate, we had, you might have heard, but remember we had Eunice on the
That was brilliant.
podcast, and she was talking about doing pull-ups, because a competitor was in a pool and could look up and see her. And she said there was a pull-up bar, and she just in the end got a bench and was just standing up on the bench as if he was doing pull-ups, just to kind of get into the other girl's head.
I've got some stories like that, but I'm not going to go into them because I'll probably be doing them next time.
Mate, when I was watching this on obviously I was watching it on TV, I was thinking, right, fucking hell, round 3 of 10. And I remembered what our conversation just of you just running up Everton Hills fucking every day, just going intense, and I thought, you can last another 7 rounds, no problem. Just because of that, like, you know, even just because I know you, like the conversations we've had, like not drinking, just like the fucking attention to detail, the discipline, the you know, incredible.
Counts on it. It pays off. Doesn't it?
It fucking pays off, yeah.
Do you feel it in the build-up that gives you a lot of that kind of mental edge when you look at someone else who maybe isn't as, like, you know, maybe they have a beer now and again, or you know that they haven't got that faith in God and stuff? Is that stuff that plays in your mind?
I always think, when I look at them and you're not like me. I always think that's something. I always think you're not like me. I always think that because of what I've done. But if I didn't do it, I'd probably think, shit, you know what I mean? Probably. Yeah, I know you can watch a fight. 2 fighters are fighting. You can go out the room, make a cup of tea, phone someone, come back in 20 minutes and they're still fighting. Now 180 heartbeats a minute.
Mate, it's mad.
It's mad, isn't it?
It is mad.
Mate, I know just some going, like, I train in a boxing gym now. Mate, you're doing a minute and you're fucked, and that's for no one hitting you. That's just you hitting the bag. And I started doing pads now as well. I do pads like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And mate, it was so funny. I think I've said this before on the podcast, but I was doing so I do the pads, like, so I do like an hour and a half of pads a week now. Feel great for it, boss. But like, just learning, do you know what I mean? I'm obviously fucking shit, but it's good. And but I took the gloves off and that, and was like, felt like fucking all the adrenaline's pumping. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm gonna knock anyone out here. And then I walked in the change room and Callum Smith was sitting there. And he's like, right hand. I went, right, Cal. Just kind of sat down, you know what I mean? I felt like I was dead hard and all that, and then you just look at, you know, super middleweight world champion.
Did you feel good though, don't you?
Yeah, it's great.
The pads are like good for confidence and that, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah,
I bet
really
now
good.
as well, you've forgotten, now you've completely forgotten that a crowd's even there, and you're just completely in.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think, well, I couldn't forget Belly was there. See him?
Yeah. Who was that guy next to him?
That was his manager. That was his coach, who's Lee Woods' manager.
Right.
So they were like against each other, both friends. You know what I mean? It was a good little thing.
What's Tony like? Is he like, when I asked the question before about your dad, what's Tony like? Does he kind of take a step back and just lets you kind of
No, because you can't not listen to what he's got to say. He's been there and he's done it. Before I went out there, I said to him, "What's it like, so?" I don't know if he went, "What like?" I said, "What's it like winning that world title?" And he just told me what it was like, and now any time I ever get tired, it's not weird. It's not worth giving in. It's not worth not going that extra mile, because the feeling that you get when you win a world title, everything was worth it. You know what I mean? It was inspirational, really, with what he was saying. But coming from him, you can listen to him because he's done it.
listening to him as well, he speaks really well, doesn't he? Just from the telly, like.
Yeah, even with the media and stuff like that, he does things with the media that you think, he's on it, him. Like, you could be in mid-conversation with the Sky, you're just being yourself, and then he'll put something in there, or he covers everything in a few words. He's good at his job with the media and stuff. Did you watch the bill? Did you see the fight to the Tyrone and the French kid?
No. Was that the one before you?
I think so, yeah. I haven't seen it, but apparently it was a dodgy call. French fella went mad.
I can't remember if I did or not. I genuinely can't remember, but...
On that thing though, dodgy calls, I know there's been like loads over the years. Do you kind of have in your head, I don't want this to go to the judges, or have you got the confidence in judges? Because you hear some bad decisions. Like, I know Paul Smith had like a horrendous one, didn't he, a few years ago? He kind of admitted he got beat, but the scorecards was fucking horrendous. Yeah. Like, does that ever enter your head, do you? Or
I go into this fight with him. His last, how many fights have been on Sky, and he's been building them up. They're putting a lot of money into him. They're paying for his titles. I spoke last time about what it cost you to pay for the title just to fight for it. So like, these are paying good money. They're not getting the money back on him through tickets, they don't know, but they're investing in him for one day, getting the lump back off. So they put a lot of effort into him. They don't want him to lose. The judges aren't getting backhanders paid in the pocket, but what the judges do know is that the promoter can say to them, argue against them being there. They know that. And if they want this, most of them are boxing fans. If they want to be here next time on this great night in this great venue, what they have to do is look out for the home fighter, the Sky fighter, and you know that. So
it's mad that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't give him more than 3 rounds. That's being honest, and that's being harsh against myself. I gave him 3 rounds, me 7, and won them out of the draw. So if I never scored the 10-8 rounds and won the cards, that means this fight would have been a majority draw. And it weren't, do you know what I mean? But that's just the way it is.
Is there a lot of talk about that with fighters, like behind the scenes, about how... Yeah.
People, fight fans, they go crazy. All you see on the Instagram of a weekend, I'm sick of this. I pay good money to watch these shows every week, and it's not fair on these lads, they're getting robbed and all that. But say like you're a boxing promoter, and you've been investing loads of money into somebody. I'm not trying to make you bent here, I didn't make you skill up, but you've been investing loads of money. You coach the fighter, you manage him, or promote him, and you've put loads of money into him for years, and now he's got a 50-50 fight on your show, and all these judges are not corrupted, but they're like, do you want to please you? Would you argue if it was a close fight but it went your way? If you just lost but it went your way, you're not going to argue, are you? Because your party still continues, and that's just the way it is, do you know what I mean? Like that in any area of life, innit? But with boxing, it's unfair, innit? That the fighters work so hard, and then they can get it robbed off them through somebody else who's being bent.
Did you get told off for something for like
it's quite a bit, just nonsense really.
Yeah,
that's the way it is. Even the referees, you know what I mean? It's like, he's the own fighter. You gotta please the own fighter. You gotta do what you can. Look, watch your head. I'm not even buttering.
Is that what he just said to you then? Yeah.
I haven't even come out for the rounds. I'm not even by him. He's telling me to watch the head.
Are you not like? Is there no bit of you, like, when you win, kind of bitter a bit, like, fuck you type thing, or is you just past that, like, just the joy of winning and going through it?
I don't know, for years I was working on that resentment. That got me where, like, I didn't want to be where I've been from in my past, and it was always a case of, I'll show you. That's what got me out of bed in the morning and running at 6 o'clock in the morning as a kid. I'll show you. So it's mad, a lot of people have this revenge thing going on in life, and then when they achieve it, they get to the point where they can now say, fuck you, told you, but then they realise, no, it's not even about that now, I'm just happy that I won, do you know what I mean? So revenge doesn't even fucking mean nothing really, does it? Because you get to the point where it's time to celebrate, and you think, why was I be stuck in that resentful place when it's so great now, do you know
it's all great, yeah.
Revenge is pointless.
It is great. Like on this fight, I think Sky did an interview with both of you, I think, afterwards.
Yeah.
And I think you were both saying, look, you know, fucking brilliant fight. You know what I mean? It's good that, isn't it, afterwards? Yeah. And you can just like, what's done's done now. Yeah. It's over.
if you want to go to the end, because I can't watch you in a minute, this shit. These bums.
Mate, I was going to try and get it onto the... it starts to get a little bit heated. Mate, you look at your eye there.
There's a time at the end, at one point, Georgie had the 2 of them things up my nose, noticed up
Yeah.
and an ice pack on my eye, but the ice pack was over my mouth. I was like, that way you want me to breathe out of my ears. At the end of the fight, I say to him at the end of the fight, thank you for what's just gone on there and that, but you do know respect, don't you? Because in the build-up, I was talking a bit of shite to get into his head. No, like, pretending I didn't respect him, do you know what I mean? And after he said, you do know respect, don't you? Before the decision got made. And he went, yeah, no. But it was a nice little moment between us both.
Right, so if I wind it... Do you think about, like before fights, do you think about going, like you've just said, about insulting and that sort of thing and just trying to... Like, I remember Tony Bellew did a podcast with Jamie Carragher. And he was talking about, just like his ticket sales, that sort of thing, and like bulking it up a bit. And
I asked Bellew, why did you go from being normal to then doing what you done with like he was a loud personality then, weren't he?
Yeah.
And he gained a lot of fans and a lot of hatred, didn't he?
Like, yeah.
And I always, like at the time, I always said to people, no, he's not that way. He's not. I know him. He's not like that. And I said, why did you do that? And he said, I lost my titles. And I've been in this position before myself. I've lost my titles, and at that point, no promoter wants to know you because you haven't got your O on your record, and you're not so interested no more. So he'll just drop you. So he said, I have to reinvent my career by doing that. If they weren't gonna watch me or no, I had to make them watch me. Do you know what I mean?
You did notice the change, didn't you? Like in him, because I didn't like him when he was first going. He was fighting. Was it Cleverly? Was it? And he was going, lad, you're a rat, lad, you... And I was thinking, oh, come on, man, like you... And then you see it over the years, like how well he speaks now, and how like rounded he is and stuff. But yeah, when he first came in, I just thought, oh, fucking hell, man, I don't want to be listening to like...
Yeah, but we did, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, exactly, it worked.
And it's the thing, isn't it, like, a lot of fighters, that's the sign of self-belief, that he will get to the point where he needs to be, win a world title, make enough money for his family, and then change it round. So he's lucky in a way because a lot of fighters don't get to win that world title and they don't get to show the public the real personality. So imagine how many fighters you think he was a cocky bastard in because he then lost and then he goes missing and you never think I hated him, you know what I mean? But you never got to see what the people who love him see. So it's
like you're watching half a film, aren't you? You don't get to see how it ends. That's a good way of looking at it.
You don't get an ending, do you? If you don't,
no.
You don't. If you don't win in this game, you don't get an ending.
No.
Why can't, right, so what, you get this golden contract, so obviously whenever the next one is, why can't they just give you a contract now? Why do you have to go through all this, like...
Because it could be not worth it, you know what I mean? It's a lot of money to put into a fighter. It could be not worth it at all. It couldn't be... Do you give someone who can't fight loads of money?
No, I know what you mean. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've proven what you can do, so why do you have to go through this?
That's the whole point of the tournament, isn't it?
I haven't. I can say I'm a professional boxer and I've won titles, but these promoters, they're not looking for British champions, are they? They're looking for world champions.
Yeah, I suppose.
Champions only. Am I made for that stuff? Now I'll go to a series of fighting these British fighters, European level fighters, and see if I'm at that level, and see if I can cut it, and that's what it's about.
Right, I'm with you. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a great opportunity.
It is, and the roadmap from once you get the golden contract, then it's like big time.
In terms of like money and fights,
yeah,
and exposure. That's the main thing. So like coming into this fight, why he was the favourite is because he's had more exposure than me. That's why. He's been fighting on Sky Sports. Fight fans know him regular. They see the interviews. He's on Sky Sports News because that's what they do. If you work for the BBC, you'll end up on other BBC programmes, won't you? Or on the BBC News.
The one show.
He's a figure, are he, don't he?
Yeah.
And this is who he is. He's a figure. A figure on Sky Sports, and now that's why people think, oh hell, he's a bum. He can't beat him. He hasn't been on Sky Sports. That's what people. That's
the society now, isn't it?
I think because you're on Sky Sports or because you got this amount of followers, you should be good.
Yeah.
It's not the case.
We had that thing with that the personal trainer Chris we had on it. It was like he you look at a personal trainer on Instagram and he's got 100,000 followers, or a personal trainer who's got 500, you'd assume that the one with more followers is a better personal trainer, wouldn't you?
Would, yeah.
Just because that's how we're trained to like think, oh, you've got to listen to him, he's got a blue tick next to his name, must be right.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But that's, I feel as well, sorry, before you press play, I feel like, and I always felt slight for him, it was a little bit like that with Fury and Joshua. You know, so much money got pumped into Joshua, and then when Fury went to Germany, won all the titles, no one gave a fuck, did they?
Sad, eh?
Really sad, yeah.
Didn't you? You see how he's probably got a bit of resentment going on. Can you, with like the bit bitter and all that? Just good that he's had his chance to show.
Yeah.
That he's the best in the world.
Really good documentary that was on ITV.
I had to turn it off. His little girl was crying. That got me. That looked like a little girl.
Which one's
Oh,
this?
shit, on the Fury documentary.
I've not seen it.
Have you not seen it? No, on ITV.
Every week.
Is it? Yeah.
They did like a 3-part. It was three thing, wasn't it?
Another one coming into.
No, he's done. They did one with him in Vegas.
I'll have to watch that.
Oh mate, honestly, it's. I know what you mean about when his little girl was watching.
Little girl's at home and the camera's on her too. She's watching the dad in the fight and like, is he hurt? And she's crying and all that. It just got me, you know, like, think about your kids.
Yeah,
girl,
of course, yeah.
She watches all the boxing. She loves watching it. And
Does she watch your fight? Yeah.
I don't let her watch the fight, but I let her watch highlights if it goes well. I don't want to show me getting battered. Well, maybe I just don't want to look at me getting battered, but she doesn't. So
this is the this is the 10th round then.
Yeah.
At this point, do you know you've won? Do you reckon? You're thinking?
I'm thinking I've won this easy, but one of the judges never had a draw, you know.
I think he comes back in the 10th round.
He wobbled me in this round. In the last round, just gone the 9th, I had him gone.
Yeah,
you. And then in this round, he caught me with about 10 seconds to go.
Mate, was it the 9th round that how he stayed up?
That was fucking crazy. That's the bit when I was like, it's
fair play. Like,
referee got a lot of shit. Referee said people saying he should have stopped it, but he shouldn't have stopped it because he come back in the 10th and caught me, and that's how. That's just
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It must be a hard job to be a ref, mustn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, well, how'd you become a ref?
Things like, I would say like tunnel police are always failed policemen.
You know what you're saying about the 9th when you wobbled him? Is that not a bit demoralising when like he's not gone down? You're like, fucking hell, what do I need to do to...
No, I'm still thinking I'm going to break you, I'm going to take your soul. I'm still thinking at that point, no, I'll get you. But then he tagged me, but that's what he was good at. The fella who we boxed in the last round was coming on, doing well, and then he would clock him and put him over. He kept doing it, done it about 3 times. So I knew that's what he was good at. I was a bit careless there.
Cabell, you there?
Yeah, he was loving it. At one point, I'm in the clinch. I think it was 8 rounds or something, and I can see him there, and I'm thinking he's going mad there. And then went back to the corner. Before I was in the corner, he goes to me.
Mate, he's going for it there. Fucking hell.
Fuck.
I'm just slow-mo, you can see my eyes all over the place.
Are you fucked now? Or are you alright?
Yeah, you're sorry, yeah, because it's the last 10. You hear the banging on the canvas. You know it's the last 10. It's time to give it all. You're going to hit the left, just have it now.
Mate, that was...
What does your corner say to you when you walk back? Are they like, it's done? Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
Bellew says to Daddy, get him on your shoulders, because he knows the game. It looks on the outside how like he must have won, and I can probably swear the judges just before he put the cards in, and if it is a draw, did he have to pick one? You know what I mean? He knows he's won. He just
it's mad the mindset in the games, isn't it?
Yeah.
So good that.
Yeah.
What a fight that was.
See you saying there, get him on his shoulders.
I'll wind it forward to the...
I said last time when I was here, I will visualise the belt going on me.
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing when I do it now, shut my eyes and visualise. Well, I've been visualised all the weeks on the hills. I stopped the hills at the top and put my arms up. The same moment here. This is the moment that I stay away.
You know when like this, you've been through like 10 rounds, like, do you feel somewhat like dizzy or like whoa, or not?
Yeah, No, it's like you're, as you can imagine, the biggest adrenaline you rush when you come off a ride. You sort of just, it's like, you're a bit like still on the high, aren't you? And like as time goes, you come back to the real world, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're still feeling that buzz and it gets smaller and smaller. 3 hours later, you forget you were even on the ride, don't you? But even 10 minutes after the ride, you're still like, whoa, that was boss.
Yeah.
You're just still coming down, do you know what I mean? After the fight, sometimes you got a headache, sometimes you sound, sometimes you got a broken arm.
Because when you obviously the doctor came over to you before, like, because how does he know? How do you know if you've got something? Do you know what I mean? You've just been battered for 10 rounds.
He
do you know what I
tries
mean?
to torch in your eyes, doesn't he? You think that he can tell something, or
can he?
if you can't do certain things with it.
I like to follow, like, yeah.
But did you feel okay? Did you?
Yeah.
Felt sound, yeah.
Yeah. A few coggies on your head. I don't know if I said this last time. I was only washing your head the next day. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
After 10 great championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Jazz Coakley has it 95-95. Judge Kieran McCann has
I was thinking, am I getting bumped here?
and Judge Loughlin has it 95-94. All in favour on your winner by majority decision and new WBO European Featherweight Champion.
That's quality, that, isn't it?
There's a boss picture.
It's amazing, that, mate.
There's a boss picture got took in that moment. And Bellew just got 2 feet off the air.
95-95 a draw, wasn't really how we saw it. 96-94.
Must be so comforting to hear the commentators and everyone else going, fucking hell, what were the judges thinking there?
Yeah.
Can I put the interview on at the end here?
Yeah.
Where will he go from here now, Jazza?
They build him back up. They put a lot of money into him. They get a choice, don't they? They're going to build him. It's a really corrupt business. They get a choice. Do I build him back up, or do I drop him? Do I see his contract out? I own 2 more fights on his contract. Do I see it out, and do I use him to build my next fighter? Do you know what I mean? So you can put him, if you were the promoter, you could say, I want to use him to make me money, or I'll put him in with my next fighter and get a good win for my next fighter. So that's how they do it. If they're gonna put, if he's matched up against one of Sky's other fighters, they're using him, or they're seeing what he's worth. If he fights a journeyman, they're building him up.
Mad how it works, mate. Because again, as a fan, like I like watching you and like the Smiths and stuff like that, and like Bellew and Price when they all fight, like just people I know. I wouldn't have a clue about none of the inside of it like that.
I fought for the world title against Regondo. I was Box Nation, who was my promoter at the time. They were looking after me. They wouldn't do enough for me. As soon as I lost, broken jaw, on the way to the hospital, there was no ambulance. Everyone had got off, it was late. So then I'm sitting there in the hospital with the broken jaw. My coach says, fucking hell, would you phone him a taxi at least to the hospital? Sound, there's a taxi outside. Gets to the taxi. You just assume the promoter's looking after you. The taxi's going, come on, where's my money? I couldn't not have money on me, do you know what I mean? And then you're in the hospital on your own. Do you know what I mean? You don't see none of these people again. That's just the way it is. Horrible business. Horrible business.
That's mad, that,
Sad,
isn't it?
that, innit? Yeah.
I get my 2 coaches and me manager, and so he came to the hospital. But you don't forget them little things.
Yeah, but you don't, yeah, fucking hell.
But it looks good, doesn't it, from the outside, and now they must get looked after and live this
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
life.
Did you feel that you had a point to prove? We've always known that you...
Do you know what, it must be so, sorry to pause, it must be so like, you've just been in that mad fight and then some fucking get like us here pop up with the fucking microphone.
It's mad business, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Like literally, you've just had a fight. Like probably didn't finish about
Yeah,
a minute
and a
half ago. Some geezers
Now
there.
you've got to talk like you're posh.
It's such like a barbaric, like old time sport, doing it. Like you got people baying for blood, paying for one fella to knock another fella out, and then after it, you're like, tell me how it felt. What was?
I wonder what it was like for the fighters when that came in. Now we're going to interview you after the fight. Is that all right?
Yeah.
He'd probably tell you fuck off for the first few times, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, when we went to the Olympia, I was like, I said to you, I think we said it the last
over,
time.
yeah.
I was like, mate, let's go and say hello to Jazza. Let's get quickly. And you were like, mate, just
I was
leave
like,
it.
you
You
still have
just-
You know, a lot of fighters aren't all like that, but I am. But you should have.
Yeah,
Your eyes massive there as well, isn't it, mate? Fucking hell.
Really talented, highly skilled boxer. You have had some real highs in your career, but was that a career best performance from you tonight, do you think?
I've been consistent, but no one knew I was that good tonight. I think everyone can accept it because this fella is really good. I respect him so much. That was just a build-up.
Did he bring the
It's good, that, innit?
Yeah, you lie on New Zealand, you say things. They go to Georgie. Georgie's never done an interview. He's been in the game for over like 50 years and he's never done an interview.
Really?
It's the first one, but look, it's funny what he says.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I lost to the better fighter on the night. It's my first time boxing Southpaw. A good one in a title fight in my whole career. So just got to learn from it. Like I said, there's no excuse for the loss to the better fighter on the night.
It's sad to see that as well. He feels so sorry for, although he just fought him, he
Yeah.
feels sorry. Someone has to lose, don't they?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Tony Bellew over my shoulder there. It's Ryan Walsh in the final. Your thoughts?
I'm the best fighter in this tournament and I was from day one. So I entered it and I'm going to push on to world titles.
How do you beat him, Ryan?
Being myself, I did it tonight. How do you beat a man like him?
Quick word with your team. Got Georgie and Derry here. Who wants to talk? Derry, Georgie, come on, look. Just how proud is Jazza are you tonight?
Well, as proud as I could be. And I've that sub-champion to this fella's one of the best I've ever met. He's brilliant. We knew he was going to win tonight. He knows what he knows. We know how we could train him. There's no one but a beat him. Not in my opinion.
You believe he's going all the way in this tournament?
Oh, mate, it's so good, that, isn't it?
Beat Ryan Walsh.
Say that, please.
Thank you all for the support, paying your hard-earned money. And most of all, thank you, Jesus, for your team.
Awesome, that, mate.
Mate, it was so good seeing afterwards, like all the messages and like on Instagram. How do you reply
Yeah,
to?
did you? I think you'd done it like a screen thing and you just flicked up, and I was like, "Fucking hell!"
Every fight though, I've thought I'm going to have to do this next time to show them because it can be rude if you message someone and you message someone and don't message back. It's rude, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So people can say, "Oh fuck, I'm not supporting him no more." Through that, so I have to show everyone how many it is. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude. It's just you can't spend. You've been waiting for months to spend time with your family after the fight.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
What did you now go on Twitter? You know what I mean? Then before people you don't know before your family.
And for that, it takes hours. It must take to go through everything.
You say, right, I'm gonna go, you say, I'll get in the bath and I go, right, I'm gonna blitz half and I'm gonna dedicate half an hour now to messages. So you just shut the door and just do half an hour. Nice one. Most of them are like, thanks because you don't know them, you don't want to get into a conversation because it leads more.
That's what I was gonna say.
Thanks.
I've done it. I mean, I'm not like you at all, mate, but I've done it when someone said something back. I read my book or something, and I went, "Oh, nice one. I appreciate you reading it." And then they went, "Oh, I didn't expect you to message back. Love that bit when you done this." And I'm like,
That was the conversation.
Conversation.
which not being rude. Like it's nice too. But if you've got that quite a few times, and you're busy or whatever, you're like, I don't want to be, oh yeah, that was my favourite. And you're like, suddenly it's just this thing then.
Over in the
One way
conversation.
you open the message and then you didn't know it was like that long and you go, oh! No, I've got to be, I've got to reply right now because if I don't, I'll forget.
Yeah. That's what I don't like on Twitter, at least on Instagram messaging. You can mark it as unread, can't you?
Can you?
Yeah. That's what you need to do, yeah.
On Twitter?
No, on Instagram.
On Instagram. When it says seen, you can...
Don't you just know it's unread because...
I don't know whether it still says seen to the other person, but you can open it. And if for example, if I'll open it and then I haven't got time to reply, then you like swipe, I think, right, thinking it says unread.
Oh, I see.
So then I think they still know you've opened it, but at least it's like still a marker there for you to know that you've got it.
Yeah, it's a good idea, that.
But you can't do that on Twitter, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
And mate, I think you put it on your Instagram thing where you were walking through the tube or something. And like, because your eye's fucked there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
walking through the tube and like...
Look at me like I'm a bad criminal. And then when you start speaking, when he's down south, oh, he's just scouser with that black eye. He's always been caught robbing houses. See the belt, the other one that we won?
Yeah.
We were that much of an underdog. He
That
has
one
to
there.
keep his one because he it is and he won it. So I just get that put on me for show. But I was that much the underdog, they didn't bring a spare belt for me to win. So I'm still
Really?
waiting for me belt to get
What?
in the post. That's
That is bullshit.
mad, isn't it? Still waiting for it in the post.
Jesus.
Probably come spread with all coronavirus all over it.
No way. That's fast, that isn't it?
Mad, isn't it? boxing, I could talk all day. Remember Dodson was on, he spoke about all the other sides. Did the story, but he's retired and he's not upsetting no one no more.
Yeah.
let's just leave that for another day.
Mate, that's like fucking a football tournament. You got the finalists like European Cup Liverpool, and then half kind of writing fucking like Tottenham on us, and then go shit. Didn't even think we'd have to use it. Like,
Mad, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
Imagine the players going home on the bus without the FA Cup.
And have you not been given it yet?
I'm still waiting. We'll send you one in the post. You want the FA Cup on the bus on the way home, don't you, with the people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Drink the champagne and
Imagine the European Cup through Liverpool. Oh yeah, shit. We fucking didn't think you'd win, so you
Passes that.
Yeah, we've double booked it.
When I went back to the hotel, I normally go back with the belt and put it on my bed. That's our thing. We've done that sort of like 6 title defences about 7 times. So I love doing it. I mean, everything we go to, put the belt on there when I go back in. But you like, where's the belt? It's like I wear the lads in without the belt.
Oh God.
So what's the kind of aftermath like that then? So you're on a high from the night. What did you do that night? Because obviously you're not drinking and clubbing and all that, are you? What did
I do every night? I was just isolated. At that time, I'm isolated. I say to my girl, you still gonna give me a little bit of time to get to know the kids now, because I've been away for so long. I'm not used to daddy, do this, getting up. And what happens as well, because you make them wait, and your routine is go to the gym, blast the session out, and then go home and chill and do nothing. Your metabolism slows down. So you feel a bit sluggish. You can't move. You're slow. Do you know what I mean? You start living like an old man, if that makes sense. You don't walk anywhere. You just drive to the gym and then get in your boxing stance. So it's like you have to. For me, it's like weird. Walking's weird and little things like that. It's mad. It's crazy. So then the kids come on, Daddy, you want to do something, and you haven't got this energy. You have to force everything, but it can make you angry because you're not used to it. You can just crack up. Obviously, come back to the real world. More than anyone. It's like me coming back to my real world. It's a bit frustrating, not because I don't want to be there, but just takes me time to adapt to my life.
that transition back to your life at home, innit? Being a dad again and all
I
that.
don't stay in my house for the last 6 weeks.
Do you not know?
No, stay in my dad's. My dad lives just by the gym where I grew up.
Ah, right, yeah.
Mate, that's why that's that dedication.
And you don't see the kids at all?
I've seen them 3 times in the 6 weeks.
Really?
And I'm only living not even half a mile away.
Is that just to keep like?
Just because I haven't got the energy. I'm working that hard. If I'm not bladdered by the end of the night, I'll regret that day. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not knackered by the time I'm going to bed, I'll regret what I haven't done. You ask them questions every night, don't you? What have I done today? And now I've got loads of energy at 10 o'clock in the night. You've messed up today, do you know what I mean? So
James Milner, reading his book, and he does the same. He I think he's 34 now, 33. Since he was 16, he broke onto the stage. He's always stayed in a hotel the night before a game.
Yeah.
Even with his missus now.
Even now, even if it's at home.
Even if it's at home, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think
just to try and take him away
kids,
from.
he's got kids in it, yeah. Every single time before a game, even if they're playing Everton, at Goodison, he'll stay in a hotel.
But even a hotel, hotels are not like you can't. There's people banging
he's
around.
He's not staying in the fucking Premier Inn, Tom. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah. But still, any hotel, it's a different bed.
I guess it's not that you haven't got your kids, daddy, and all that, and you can just.
I just don't
switch
sleep well
off.
in someone like a different bed. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, each to their own.
Probably get used to it, don't you? Maybe.
He's been doing it for 15 years now, so yeah, he's obviously used to
Must
it.
be a massive mental thing as well, mustn't it?
Yeah.
Must be. Even if the kids stay out, not stay real, it'll be home.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
And that lasts for 12 weeks, does it? Yeah. Just staying away from
6.
Six.
So going into the next camp now, I'll ease into it to me morning runs from ours, and I'll come to a point where I'm losing my energy, where I'm not eating what I want, and then I'll say, right, I'm going to have to go now. Or like there's distractions at home. I won't get into them. You know what I mean? They shouldn't bother me because they're just distractions. If it's important, my kids are sick, we go to the hospital, but if my kids are crying, I go to my dad's. You know what I mean? It's just not worth getting into, because it's just like you say, control the controllables. You know what I mean?
It's so interesting that, mate, because you can you forget that you're channeling all your energy, every being and part of you, and is all towards this moment, which thankfully happened how you wanted it. But you still got life going on, like it's just still got no. So that I can totally understand why you take yourself out of that, because you've got everything, like the fucking school runs, kids kind of want this, homework, shopping, to like all the shit that like.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Me and my birds just does everything, anything to do with what two parents have to do. My job is just to provide in that situation and to make our life what it's going to be. Do you know what I mean? That's my job, and she takes her role and I take mine. But we work like that. It works well, you know. I believe in that. Like like the modern day woman for me in my life now would not work. I mean, I couldn't live like that because I couldn't be washing the dishes while I should be in the gym, or do you know what I mean? Not that I disagree with, but for my life, I couldn't work like that.
Yeah,
I'm lucky to have a girl who.
I grew up like that. My mum was stay-at-home mum, just looked after me and me two sisters, and my dad went out and don't know, like my dad never. Growing up, like, was never cleaning, never cooking, never doing anything like that. He was out there as a fireman. My mum done everything for us, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? Because it's two jobs there. My bird couldn't do what I do, but I couldn't do what she does.
Yeah.
There's not one harder than the other. They might be if you were a neutral person, but I think, like, everyone has their own job. I could not do what she does. You know what I mean? I respect, like, mothers. I just respect mothers because I know how hard it is when I'm with the kids and they go, one's pulling me that way, one's pulling me that way. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, what time's she getting back? But I just respect so much, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't piss me off. Like, I don't even have an opinion on it in that sense, but it's like, you know, when you see some women who are like really trying to push this like feminist women and more and all that, I feel like saying like there's nothing wrong in being a stay-at-home mum. Like that's probably the hardest job you can do.
Yeah, it is
But some women I think feel like they need to be in the like making loads of money to be like it. Yeah. I feel like saying like since I split up from my little girl's mum, like you say there, like I have a 50-50. But I'm at home and thankfully like she's 5 and she's cool now, but I'm like doing the dishes, making the tea, I'm like, do you know, it's like it's fucking hard. It's hard, you know, and I'm like, and then like with all this talk of schools possibly closing down and stuff, and mum has done this like learning pack for a month. Do you know what I mean? And she sent me this timetable, like a PDF folder thing on my WhatsApp. I went, what's this? It's like a timetable.
Oh man,
like,
it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, she showed you, didn't I?
Yeah.
In the
Picking
morning. It's like
rubbish from Formby Beach.
Yeah, she's got to go on the beach one day. She's doing like a science experiment where she gets all the toys and she has to put them in the bath and see which float and which sink.
Wow.
And I'm like, fucking hell, I would have had to just sit in there colour that in for me. Do you know what I mean?
Put the pens in the paper, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, like kids say stuff to the mum. They have said stuff to the mum like a job. What are you gonna get a job and stuff like that because they don't understand? Yeah, I'll stop and explain to them. Look, your mum's got the hardest job in the world. You don't understand.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I go out and work, but I couldn't do what your man does. You know what I mean? I think it's important that they should know that it's the hardest job in the world.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
A lot of stay-at-home dads now as well, isn't there? That's becoming more and more.
Equally as
yeah. Each.
It's got like so much respect for like single parents, like, because again, you don't realise how fucking hard it is. Like sometimes doing both jobs. You know what I mean? Or it's. So I think it's great, mate. How you've both got that thing where you're this solid team, you and your missus, but it's like, listen, I want to go away for 6 weeks, do my thing. You stay here, keep the fort, and.
And then it's hold the fort.
Hold the fort,
yeah.
Mad, it is.
That's proper relationship goals. That like I think when I kind of want to settle down with someone, I think of it as like a team. Yeah. You're a proper team, like, do you know what I mean? Like helping each other out. Come on, you do that, I'll do this, and it'll all lead to like us being where we want to be type thing.
It's you know what? It's even down to the kids. So it's like the eldest who's 11, he'll say to the little one, "Be quiet." If it's the first few weeks, and Jazz is in bed. He calls me Jazza because he's my stepson. Jazz is in bed, so. Be quiet, I'll hear him sometimes in the way. And they go, oh, bloody hell, he shouldn't have to live like this, do you know what I mean? But it's mad, isn't it? I think they shouldn't have to live like that, but
it's nice that they're buying into that team, though, and they can see the family kind of where the direction the family's going in. That's boss. I
think it's mad, isn't it? What, like, do you think just being you and doing the best you can will show your kids?
Yeah, mate, I had a similar thing, mate. Great point. That I done a motivational talk once and someone said, you know what, so like, what do you want Albert to kind of look at you and think? And I thought about it for a minute, and so I have a 50-50, and I had an ex-girlfriend and she went away travelling, and I went away, but I only done 2 weeks at a time. I didn't like doing any longer away. And then I went to visit my mate as well in New Zealand, and was away for 2 weeks. And at first I was like, I don't really want to be on away for 2 weeks. I feel fucking shit. I'm missing Albert. I don't want her to look at me. I don't want her to grow up and think, fucking hell, my dad went on holiday and done this and done that. But then I thought, you know what? I want her to grow up thinking, my dad had a boss life,
Yeah,
like he'd done what he wanted to do, and he provided for me, and I always had a platform to do what I want to do. And my dad, if he wanted to go somewhere, he saved up, he worked hard, and he went and done it. So although hopefully she's missing me and I'm missing her, I'm hoping that the kind of looking at me, or when she's older and when she can understand, and she goes like, yeah, you know, God, my dad went to New Zealand, and I want to be able to work hard and go there and stuff. I can do that. So I think
when she has her own adult perspective, she'll realise.
Maybe as a young, she might think, oh God, I miss my dad, why does he have to go? But I'm hoping it inspires her in a way where she thinks, I want to go and travel and that, like, and that. And as you can, and I think it's similar, isn't it? Although I'm talking about travelling, you're talking about like achieving your dream. I think it's a similar thing though, where the kids will go at the time, they'll go, oh, fucking hell, why do we have to be quiet? Like, oh, I'm fed up of having to creep around the house while he's asleep. But when they get older and they see that sacrifice and they go, nah, I want to be able to work hard like that for something.
Maybe show them way, or I don't know. They're gonna, every parent's done something wrong, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Of course,
can't they? Even down to going like on a holiday. Me and Katie always have a holiday every year to show the kids, no, me and your mum have got a relationship, you know what I mean? I think Willie would grow up thinking, it was a bit heavy, wasn't it? We were staying with me now while they were on the beach, but then I think, no, it's important for me and her to have a relationship, because without that, well, I think the happiest thing for two kids to see is the parents happy, you know what I mean? I have memories of my mum and dad laughing together and think that was a great moment for me. I think it's important for them to see that, you know, that we have an honest relationship like that.
And that's the thing, mate, what you want to be given to your kids, mate, it's not the materialistic thing. You want them to have a view on life where you think this is what life is like. It's my mum and dad, they love each other, you know, we're part of this, but like, again, they are a mum and me, that's the thing that broke my heart more than anything. I remember when me and Alba's mum split up and she was in a new house. Oh, mate, it killed me, mate. I remember I cried and broke down to Alba's mum. When we'd split up, man, our separate ways, I just felt like the biggest failure that I'd like split this family up and I wasn't going to see my little girl every day and stuff. And I went into her house and she had like, you know, these cartoon animations, drawings, and it said our family. And it was like a cartoon of like a mum, like two stepkids and Alba. And it's like our family. And I was like, oh, fuck, I was part of that family once, do you know what I mean? And now they're in a new house and I'm not there, and it fucking killed me. And I broke down to the Alba's mum and was like, I'm so sorry for all this and stuff and all that. Anyway, fast forward like a couple of years and like we've got such a good relationship. And like last weekend, a couple of weekends ago, we went to Formby Woods. It was my weekend with Alba and I invited the mum to come, and like me, Alba and the mum are on the beach. And like she's just seeing her mum and dad, and like we're not together, we're not in love, but we're mates, like we're boss mates now. And like you're seeing Albert growing up thinking that actually, you know what, all relationships don't work, but actually my mum and dad she's a good mum, she's a good dad, they're friends, we can do family stuff. And that's what I kind of realise, like you say, everyone,
she'll grow up with that. That'll be priceless for her, won't it?
Everyone makes mistakes and things like that. I've made fucking millions, but I think as long as your kids can see those good parts in your life, that's the big thing, like.
How many kids you got, Jazza? 3.
11, 5 and 4.
11, 5 and 4. All right, so similar age to Al. Well, Alba's 5. Alba's 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best, mate.
What was I bet 5's a good age actually, because like they're not too old, they're not too young. They can kind of like.
But that's so.
Have a conversation with them.
We're all listening. I'm sure we end up fucking touching on it. Like, but all this Corona shit, like, a lot of people are going to be worrying about like lockdown and stuff, not seeing your kids. But you're doing it.
There's people out there saying, isn't he, for the last 4 months, if I just had a day at home, if I could just have some time at home with my wife and my kids, and I would, and I'd love it. Now it's here, innit?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you about the news, or are you going to turn the news off and then do the family time, you know?
Yeah.
My girl puts the news on. She puts the news, we watch the news and say, get this shit off the telly. Is that a scare me? Do you want me to be scared? Is that what you want?
Yeah. Mate, it's so true, yeah.
I seen a great thing, and it said, you know, the way sometimes people moan about teachers, and it says, someone said, now will be the time when you'll realise it's not the school, it's not the teachers, it's your kid type thing, do you know what I mean? You know the way sometimes, like that fucking school is shit, and you can't, you know, and then like give it 2 days of homeschooling your kids, it'll be like, no, you're a little twat, you. But no, that's so funny, mate, yeah, because everyone wishes, don't they, if I could just have a day off, or I'd just love to, and potentially people are going to have this for, you know, weeks now on end, and it's...
I reckon it's a boss time to make habits. You You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
mate, 100%.
Lifelong habits, so you can come out of it, if we do go into lockdown, you can come out of it with new lifestyle habits. You know what I mean? Practice what you've been working on the last however long it lasts, and then you can go into your new lifestyle. You know what I mean? Even you can say, "No, what, that job was snide. I'm not working. I can just like start something new." I think it's time for new starts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Do you run every day now then?
Yeah, I've got a 10 mil in my bedroom anyway. If the doors get locked, yeah, I've got a 10 mil in the bedroom. So I think it's also time for me to try something. I never try something new.
Yeah.
If I like new training will come out of this for me. I find a new routine and training, and if I like it, I'll apply it to me training camp. If I don't, then I'll just do what I normally do. But I think new things will come.
New things are good, yeah.
Definitely.
Me getting on the pads, maybe with Mikey in the gym, mate. I'm fucking shite at it, but it's so good learning a new skill.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know what I mean? Like just like foot placements and throwing a jab, and I'm like, this is all brand new to me. Like all stuff you learned at like probably 6 or 7. Like I'm learning at like 31, but it's so good to just do something different.
Yeah,
and like,
I went to an MMA show a few weeks ago, Cage Warriors show, and I seen things there, what I don't do, but I was looking, I was thinking, wow, the technique of that fighting. I love the art of fighting, and how he was doing it. I was getting the same thing. I said to the coach, is it next gen?
Yeah.
He said, come down to a few wrestling sessions, and I said, I will, but obviously, if everyone's on lockdown soon, I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I might go down there to say to get that feeling, because I never forget that feeling.
We have Paddy and not Paddy. I think he has actually Paddy and Meatball Molly. They come down to the Thunder and train with Joe. Yeah. It's so good to just see that.
What's it like watching them? Yeah. Are they just absolutely like
I see him
fucking weapons?
Fuck me, mate. I see him Molly sparring the other day with Joe. Not sparring, just on the pad, sorry. And you're like, oh my god. Like, just like fucking yeah.
I was watching a video over on the pads with Joe, and I was thinking, she's got the mechanics of a man. If she had an egg guard on, you would not know it was a man or a woman. You know what I mean?
Really, yeah.
And not every woman can fight like that. I think in Britain it's getting better, but
when you're sitting like I'm sitting on the ring just watching. Like we just done a little circuit, me and a few of the lads, and they're in there, and I'm sitting there watching, going, like, I feel privileged to watch this. Yeah. It's like I pay money to just watch her train. Like, she is unbelievable. And it's like when you go to a live fight and you're just seeing how fast people's hands are moving, and you're hearing the noise, and you're like, fucking hell, that would have hurt that. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's it is fascinating, like really impressive. And
she won like national titles in that as a boxer as a kid.
Did she?
Yeah, junior level. Me and Molly were trained by the same coach in the Golden Gloves, and she won like all sorts of national titles in that as a boxer. So she's got a background in boxing. That's her one.
So she's gone from boxing to MMA then.
Yeah.
Does she do the full UFC? Do UFC sponsor her?
The fight's just been cancelled, hasn't it?
Right,
but yeah, she's
what can you learn then from MMA? Is there anything?
It was the things that I was excited, that childlike feeling, the things that I don't know, that the unknown.
Yeah.
Like, how are they doing it? What are they doing? That excites me alone. Like, what is he doing there? That excites me, because if I could do it, I'll have unlocked something, and then now I know. Do you know what I mean? I suppose the journey's just learning, isn't it?
Yeah, part of the fun,
and learning and then implementing it, and then saying, I done that. That's a proud moment, isn't it? When you watch something, you try it, you do it, and then you get it off in real life. It's a really nice moment.
Mate, and how often, as you get older, it probably happens less often, but how often do you learn something new?
You just don't.
You don't?
No.
No, you know, this is so, we've gone from boxing to UFC to what I'm about to say now, but you know, one of the things I learned, it was a couple of years ago now, but it was fucking great learning it, how to play backgammon.
Backgammon?
Yeah.
I
don't know how to play it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love it. So I was out skiing with a friend, my good friend Sally, and it was Sunday or something, we had the day off, and she was like, come on, we play backgammon. I was like, I don't know you play it. She's like, come on, I'll teach you. Now, like, if I'm on a flight or something, I've got it on the iPad and play it on the plane. It's got it on the
phone,
and
it's a good game, yeah.
It's one of those things, like, when was the last time you learned to play a game? Or like
to be fair, not that chess. I'd never played chess before.
Had you not? No.
And have you learned? Just learned?
Yeah, not literally 6 weeks ago. With all the pawns at the front and then fucking attack.
I like chess.
You just always get a checkmate. Do you when you first start though? You're just chasing them around.
Yeah.
It's just difficult remembering what the knight can do. It can like.
That's a left, like a
left,
kind of
like
shape.
an L shape. and like
It's only L.
L, yeah, it is an L.
Coffee inside the games cafe. Have you seen it?
No?
A cafe with the board games in there.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Get a cake and a coffee and just play the board games. Yeah, it's good.
We'll have to go down and have a game, but I love backgammon.
Playing backgammon.
How old are we, man?
I reckon your viewers, because they love you that much, they watch you playing backgammon. They're like the kids, they watch YouTube of kids playing the stuff that they've got on YouTube. You can do that.
But we always get so many comments about yours and think it's just because it's just normal chat, innit, mate? And that's what I think so fascinating about you. I'm sitting here with you and I love having a talk to you. But then I think I see stuff like that on YouTube and I'm like, this is fucking mad. Like, he's talking about backgammon and then he's fucking battering some fellow.
I like Webster's one. When he's in Webster's one, he's just like using Scouse words. He's just a normal Scouse lad. Boss.
Oh, mate, we're so lucky to be able to get people on and have like this office and yeah, it's fucking brilliant, mate.
That's what I think, mate. So, again, we just feel so... It's like a feeling like happiness. You think that's just something that starts off. I just want to talk to interesting people. And then you realise people want to hear conversations with interesting people. Yeah. And then when, no matter how interesting you are, clearly you're fucking, on your road to this golden contract and world titles, as interesting as that is, people then go, fucking hell, Jazza likes fucking playing backgammon like I do.
Yeah, I think snooker. I love snooker.
Do you?
I don't watch boxing, watch snooker. I went to...
Did you go the one in Southport?
Yeah.
At the floral...
They give me they looked after me and I went and met Judd Trump and all that.
I seen a photo. You know what we'll have to do? I'll sort it, mate. Ronnie O'Sullivan, mate, loves Liverpool, loves Scousers, and he loves his running. So when he's up here, mate, I'll text him and we'll have to go on and run together.
Yeah.
He texted me the other day, mate, and I was ages ago now, but he just texted, like, I got a random text on like a fucking Sunday, and he was like, all right, mate, fancy a run tomorrow? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, come meet me at this here, and I just went for like 5 mile run with Ronnie O'Sullivan. I'm like, this is fucking mad.
Have you had him on here, have you?
No, I haven't had him on the podcast.
Do you reckon he'd do it?
When he's up here, yeah, I don't see why not, yeah.
Big fan of Ronnie. Remember watching him doing...
Have you met him in that?
I was shitting myself now. I was watching him do this 147, I was shitting myself. I had nerves, I was shaking.
Oh, maybe...
You met him on board, you've got 140,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will sort it, mate. I'm sure he'd love to meet you as well. He's a good guy.
I remember, I didn't know he comes to Liverpool, I don't know why, but I remember from me mate saying, I seen Ronnie O'Sullivan on the coast there.
Yeah. Oh, mate, he loves Liverpool, you know.
Has he got family here?
He lived here for a couple of years.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And he just loves Scousers, loves Liverpool, and yeah, he's just the top. Loves his running, and that's how I got hold of him. So he always texts me, and we just go for a run together when he's up here.
He's done his ankle in, didn't he, one year?
Yeah, and he had to play in trainers, didn't he?
It was the trainers, yeah.
For his he was playing snooker in a pair of trainers or something. But he done it. My dad retired in December, and I got it's so cool. I got like all people I know to like send them like a retirement kind of video. So I got like Carragher to do one, Robbie Fowler, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Foxy off SAS who days when got all these people to do one, and Ronnie's just sitting there and he's got that he does like an Australian accent thing. He's like, right, Andy, big Ronnie here. It's so funny. He's like, good luck on the timing, mate. It's so funny. Yeah, he's a really nice guy though. But mate, yeah, he'd love to go for a run with you, man, when he's up here.
The level of concentration they've got is unbelievable, isn't it? Have you seen this snooker?
He said, mate, running took him to like his 5 world titles.
Did he?
He's like running played such a huge part in it, just to clear his head and to just kind of, sort his life out, mate. And he dedicated, like, not all of it, but he said, like, a large part of it comes from running.
Because not every snooker player trains, do they?
No.
Do they not train?
Some of them are, like, really big.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Yeah, because what can you do? Exercise, like, you can't, like, what strength sort of thing can you do?
Position for snooker.
Yeah.
Get a big, long, big bar.
Yeah, I just think it's more like you're saying there, though, the concentration, isn't it, and stuff like that, and having the mindset of keep on and going and keeping that. It's just good for your health anyway, isn't it, running? But he loves it, yeah.
It's fucking... Did you get Klopp? Weren't you going to try and get Klopp to do a message for your dad? Someone you knew at the club or something?
Yeah, no, I do a bit of work for the club, so I was going to get one done, and my friend just said it'd be easier for me to get you to come to Melwood and meet him than it would do a video, because like you've got to go through his agent and then his like assistant and all that. So I was meant to go down to Melwood. I was meant to be taking my dad and Alba to Melwood. Not just me and Alba and my dad, but I mean, like, it was like an open training session, and I was meant to be going to to see them all and to meet Klopp and everyone. I was taking me dad and me little girl, and I know this Corona shit started and it got cancelled.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But are they still training footballers now?
Nah.
So what's going to happen? So they'll come back and fit, will they?
They've probably all got their own training plans, haven't they, and stuff, when they're all self-isolating and stuff.
Mm.
Fuck knows. What do you think about it all, Jazza?
The Corona. There's the conspiracies. This is what it came for.
I know. Fuck watching you fight, man. We should just go into this straight away.
Conspiracies.
It's got quite deep, hasn't it, since the fight? I enjoyed that little chat then.
Do you watch Joe Rogan and conspiracies at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, no.
Every night, because I do. So conspiracy, I don't know. I don't think it's a conspiracy, but what I think about it is, bloody hell, he asked me mate the other day and he said something to do with, not Tom Hanks. He said Tom Hanks is a paedophile and it has a knock on effect or something like that. That was Jay, you've been out of the he said something about this paedophile ring, but I went into that. I just think it's like it's a flu, do you know what I mean?
I've had you saying paedophile rings and him, and you saying Kobe Bryant. I'm like, fuck.
What's the Kobe Bryant one?
He doesn't even know. I reckon he's lying.
That fucking tickled me, that.
So
It was fucking Tom Hanks being beat about him.
The bad thing about it, I know it where Tom Hanks, it was someone like him. So he's run under the bus here for nothing.
Just on that one, right? Right off subject for a minute, off the Corona one for a minute. But just the way, like, just that come out then, like fucking Tom Hanks a pedo ring, right? Just get thrown under the bus. I seen a thing on a podcast. Can't remember whose podcast it was. I think it's called Jack Mate. I think it's called. Anyway, there's some. I don't really know any YouTubers and stuff like that, but like they've got their own little YouTube community. And there's a lad on there who I'm acting like I don't know who he is. I know his face, but I don't know his name. Anyway, he had a big like like sponsorship deal or like business thing lined up and stuff. And there was like a trend on like YouTube comments and stuff. And they just used to always joke on it, and people would comment nonce, right, on the comments, right? So he's like a YouTuber, like famous, if you like, and he had this like gig to do or something, and then like suddenly like whoever he was working for, I mean like it was somewhere in the Far, this was ages ago, like the Far East, or someone going, why are like we're making videos with your branding on, like, do you know what I mean? And every time we pump like 20 grand into this advert and it's got you on it, and the first comment is nonce. And it come from like a joke, you know what I mean? So this company like got his face and was going like and they're paying this poor kid to come out all over the world making these videos like big film sets. They make a video for like, you know, advertising this fucking, you know, he's advertising this glass, and then just every comment was nonce, and it just comes from just a flipping comment thrown under the button. That's it. So you may have just caused now every Tom Hanks film you're just gonna get pedo ring.
It's so easy, innit? That's the worst thing you can stick to someone as well, innit?
But like it was his agent getting interviewed, and he was like, you try explaining to like a Japanese marketing firm why they've just made a video for 50 grand and yet every comment just says nonce, and they're going, what does nonce mean? And you're like, well, this is what it means, but he's not a nonce, but that's what it means, and it's just a joke. And it's like, how do you explain that?
Get rid of him, man, yeah.
So they end up dropping him, like. But anyway, yeah, back to
I think there's a flu going around every year. My mum's sick, so she gets a flu, hospitalised, you know what I mean? She has to go. She's been lucky a few times, so I know this happens with people who've got weak immune systems. But I don't know how strong this virus is, but I know that happens every single day to a lot of people just doing normal flu, you know. So I think, I don't know. I think there's something more going on about it. What they're not telling us, because I just think if something's going on like this, the media's job should be to try and calm everyone down, shouldn't they? But they're not. Yeah. They're trying to scare us. Do you know what I mean? What are they trying to get us to do? I don't know.
You know what?
This is it.
Before you go on this sec, the one thing I don't like about the media thing at the moment is I don't like how people are going, looking at what's going on in Italy and going, that's us in 2 weeks. It's just scary because you're seeing all these horrible videos in hospitals and then you're then going, oh, you got that to look forward to. 2 weeks, that's going to be you. And you're like, that's not helping anyone, that, is it? What?
If you've got it, worry. But if you haven't, what are you scared of? You're not sick, are you?
And if people are going to be staying in their homes and stuff like that, you know, there's less chance to worry then because you... Like, do you know what I mean? And I don't think the media's done a good job of just fucking keeping people calm, like you say.
No, they haven't at all.
Why
Yeah,
haven't you got the news the way they need the story and they're just playing on it?
Constantly,
Scaring people are actually scared now. Our women, aren't they?
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
Do we go out and get food or do we stay in and stay safe? You know what I mean? It's mad, isn't it? It's sad, really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 24-hour rolling news is just mind-numbing watching it, and then you just fucking your mind just melts.
Yeah. Come whatever you listen to, don't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
What do you think about it?
Fucking Oprah Winfrey's mentioned it here somewhere.
I think this is the ring, deleting kids and everything. Deleting people and everything, apparently.
This is something to do with 5G. How 5G, you know, the new...
new network.
New... Again, I haven't clicked on that. I haven't watched this, so...
You know, I've heard one about Greta Thunberg as well. You know that kid who spoke about like environmental, like, you know, how we're killing the planet and stuff. That kid, Greta Thunberg, is it Thunberg?
Yeah.
I've heard one saying that she's behind it because now everywhere's getting cleaned. All the oceans, all the fish are coming back and stuff. Everyone, you know, because no one's fishing anymore and stuff. So all the wildlife's getting back to like full health and stuff. So everyone's saying it's like fucking she's got something to do with it.
Fucking mad, isn't it?
Got something to do with the sickness or saving the planet?
Well, she's out to save the planet, isn't she? So she's like created this sickness so that everyone has to stay indoors and then the planet can like regrow again and stuff. And
I'm saying it was I'm going to put it on Leighton Baines.
Leighton
I want to say he started this so the league will stop so Everton's up with Everton's up with the league. What's going to happen there then?
My personal opinion, I think whenever they do start it, they'll just carry on from this season. I think it'll be impossible to start the new season without finishing the old one.
Yeah.
But I don't think a ball will get kicked again this year. Like,
we'd have to play through the
that's it. Fuck knows.
Euros are knocked on the head, aren't they?
Probably not in a position to say, well, I'm not doing it then, wouldn't they? Some clubs say, well, we don't have to do it because we're only 13th, we're not going up or down. We don't have to, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I've read a good article the other day from The Athletic, and what happens is all the money that's in football, it all comes from Sky, and they pay 2 instalments. I read in the article. It's fascinating. Like, so basically, they get paid fucking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds each football club. So Sky pay them in 2 lump sums, and the last lump sum they got. So at the start of the season, you get one, and then the second lump sum got paid. I think in February. So Sky have basically said, if you don't carry on playing, we fucking want our money back.
Really?
And clubs can obviously then go, here's fucking 100 million back to Sky.
Course, yeah.
So I think it'll get finished. But
does every single club get the same amount of money in the Prem?
I think so, yeah.
Do they?
For the TV? No, it goes on how many times you're on TV, I guess.
Does it?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So, for example, Liverpool would have been getting most because they're going to win the league.
Right,
so people will be watching loads of Liverpool games, I guess.
Yeah.
And it just gets divided out, I think. So I think the big thing is like this. I think the reason it will get finished at some point is there's so many legal issues. Clubs saying, well, you know, well, we were first, why aren't we going to win it?
Yeah.
To then Sky saying like fucking this and that, and so
no one goes up or down either, do they? No one gets promoted or demoted or.
it depends if they finish it or not. But what's been really interesting is that's then become. I think to me, people in Liverpool never took it serious, but the big thing was the football. Like, fucking hell, the footy.
Yeah. People are dying.
Yeah, and then even though people, it was like, it's alright, just get the footy finished first. And now no one's even bothered about the football. Now I've not even heard anyone talk about football.
Yeah.
I think I fucking text Enders Jordan Henderson the other day and was like, lad, what the fuck is going on? And he just said, oh, don't even like, his head fell off. Everyone like.
You feel a lot of pressure, mustn't you?
I said to him, I went, I feel so shit and I'm just a fan. You fucking captain the club. You were about to lift that trophy in 30 years.
Oh.
I said, I don't even want to know how you're feeling and that, and just talking to him like that. But listen, it's fucking shit for everyone, isn't it?
But how are you feeling?
But like we said before, and that, like you said too and stuff, it's like there'll be loads of positives that come from it, and then hopefully loads of new habits and stuff like that, and you know,
so much you can do from online on the computer, isn't there, and YouTube and.
To the police, he phoned me the other night and he was saying about he was 83 and the first time in his lifetime he doesn't remember a mask getting cancelled, but he was saying like what could come out of it for him. His mates offered him a holiday for a few weeks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every week, every day, he's just doing mass, but he's never had a break, and he's 83, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
Okay,
he gets the positive outlook, doesn't he?
How have you found it? Because I know with your faith and stuff. I mean, what's happened with? Did you go to church a lot too, or do you kind of?
I go to church when I can, but it's like.
But I remember you saying one thing I always remember, a great line, and people have stopped me in the streets and stuff, and then, you know, when I've been out, and said like how much they've loved your podcast, but also that line about like your phone box and you know, that I think that, you know, why go to what was it? You said why?
I was telling my mum, and she starts going to church. You open around the phone box to phone the Lord.
Yeah.
Like speaking to him, going to church, but now you've got a mobile.
You got a mobile. That's it.
Too many prayers. You know what I mean?
So what have you found then with the impact it's had on, not so much your faith, but I mean like the church and stuff?
I don't know what goes on inside the church. All I do, I just go up and turn up and take the bread, and that's my role. You know what I mean?
But all that's closed now then.
Sure, yeah. I can't imagine what it's like for the old women who've been going there for every weekend for the last 50 years. You know what I mean? That must be hard, mustn't it? Routine. They can't even go out, and maybe for some of them it was their only one time a week that they did go out. So it must be hard, mustn't it, for them?
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
For me, no, it's not. I still say my prayers. I have a little place I drive to where there's statues and where our church used to be and stuff like that. So I still do what I'm doing, but I feel a bit sorry for them. Not for me. I feel a bit sorry for the police as well. They don't know what's going on, and don't know.
Hasn't probably been closed, has it, since like World War II? Or I don't think it was closed during the war, was it? It was kept open, and like it's mad, that, isn't it?
He still takes a mass just to honour the Lord, but just still doesn't. No one's allowed in. You know what I mean? He said he opened to the church, people can go on their own. But
I don't know whether we spoke about it last time or whether I even told, especially you, Jazz, or even you, Tom. But I went to church with my mate, but it wasn't a church. It was it was by, you know, Scotland Road as you come over the flyover. There was like the buildings on your left there. It's like a warehouse, and it was like a church, but like not a church, if you get what I mean. It was just like a gathering of people, and it was just all about, and it reminded me of you because it was all about like what you were saying, but like not in a church. I'll have to get the name of it, but and like they had like a presentation, like it was like a business thing. It was
like a network, no?
Not network, but I mean like they had a big presentation on and stuff, and it was so interesting. And he read stories from the Bible, but just told in like a really modern way.
Yeah. My mate got me a Bible the other day, a Cockney Bible, slang Bible.
Yeah.
So he's like Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve is like they couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? It's good. It's
all in
clever.
Cockney.
Yeah, all Cockney Bible slang and stuff
No,
like
it's
that.
quality, that.
And in the corner tells you what all the Cockney, what they mean.
Yeah.
What was his? What's the one for Sutherland Strife about Adam and Eve's wife? It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was good, that thing though, mate. And it was just telling stories of the Bible, but like in a modern way type thing. But it was.
They are. I remember walking into. There's so many churches I've been to. I'm not religious, but just walking into them, there's just like that peace.
Yeah,
Of just-
spirit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know.
I think in times like this, it's good to have faith in it. I was putting
Yeah.
on social media yesterday. It's good to have faith in it. It's good in something. Not saying in what I believe in, but it's good to have your own faith in it, and whatever you believe in, what gets you through, especially times like this.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, 100%.
People are going to be cracking up, I know. You'll know, only by being in where you just wouldn't.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah, it's gonna be mad for people.
people want to crack up because they can't go out and all that.
Yeah.
I was in Lanzarote.
Oh yeah, how did you
last
get
week.
back?
I got the last plane back.
Did you?
Those are the people there who stuck there for over a week and stuff like that. Who one company just let them down. They paid for the hotel and said we're not putting a flight on, so you got to stay there.
So they're still there now.
Yeah, he's not on holiday like cause he can't do this look like that, looking out the window in the cell, looking out the sun. So,
Was the flight busy or was it
my
empty?
one was, yeah. My
Yeah.
one was full on the way back. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. There was a fella to me left and one to me right, and there's one in front of me.
Go on, let me hear this.
Right,
This
do you want me to
fucking
play this?
conspiracy. We went off topic a bit there. Go on.
I'll let that breathe for a moment. Purpose. The world is closed.
Americans are so dramatic, aren't they?
Yeah.
I might have to give it a bit of time. This.
Have they got it? Yes.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And last year I thought it was crazy 10. This is another level of crazy 10. And then to make matters worse, you know, I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the 5G conspiracy.
Fucking hell.
You know, there were people, pundits, the internet, before 5G was
This is what our studio's going to look like once we've upgraded.
Yeah.
saying that don't roll it out. Don't get 5G. Stop the government from 5G. It's going to have serious health complications on the world.
I think Carrie Hilson's getting dragged on the internet right
I don't know if this is the right one.
Yes, she
I feel
did.
like
Carrie, go off. Tell your truth, mama.
You know what I love about Americans when they're telling stories? You always have someone in the back that goes, mm-hmm.
These microwaves and these...
I tell you what, I will be able to find it actually if you bear
Tom,
with
this
me.
is the second time you told me a conspiracy story and not actually showed me the story.
Right.
First it was to do with Kobe Bryant, now it's to do with 5G, and yet I've not seen anything about it.
Right, this is it. This is the actual original.
Have you ever heard of gematria?
No.
Okay, dude, this is like old Hebrew. It's
This better be good, Tom.
I know.
I know.
The viewers just cut off half an hour
No,
ago when I started
fucking
talking
hell.
about church.
Right, let me.
So do you think it's man-made, Jazza, or what?
No, I couldn't comment on that. I don't know nothing about that, but I do know
You think
Do you
that's
know
just
people
something
dying
more?
the statistics. People are dying a lot more. People are dying of obesity.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know anyone who's ever died of obesity. So that's how rare I think it is. So I think, like, why do I have to stay in the house if I don't know anyone who's... What are the chances? I don't know.
That is the thing, I think, mate, and I think it can come across as maybe a bit selfish if you're like, oh, why should I do that? But I agree with you, mate, in the sense of, like, I just think there's something more to it. Like, why? Like, it seems like it's a cover-up. I don't know, it just seems a bit... I'm not saying it's obviously real, this thing is real, and it's you know, serious.
That's what I'm trying to say, cover up for
But, like, it's just something else.
Yeah. I also think, like, the way the world's going to end up going, money won't be a thing. I don't believe. Don't think money will be I've actually got a time traveling machine, and I'm going to tell you what the future. I don't think money's going to be a real thing. Like plastic paper, plastic now, money. I don't think that'll be real. So I think we're getting shifted into. I believe we're getting shifted into the new, like, you know, they say, like, one world's orders and all that. That's my conspiracy. People out there pissing themselves laughing as we are live at me. But I think that we're getting transitioned to fear of where we're...
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I've probably maybe explained myself wrong a bit. It's not that I don't think this is real and stuff, but I just think that this has been like a massive learning experiment for the media and for governments on how to control people through fear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Definitely. So how serious Corona is and stuff, I guess we'll never know until it's over, and then we look back and we go, fucking hell, yeah, it killed 10,000 or 20. We won't know until it's over. But what we will know already is that the country's, you know, going on lockdown because the media have said, right, listen, no one go out your house. So, like, how easy is it for then, you know, misinformation and this and I just think it's not that I'm not respecting the Corona or not respecting people's decisions. I understand that, I'm abiding by that, but there's just something in me that says this is fucking bit of an overreaction, or it's a bit of like, so maybe we've got an antidote, or we've got a cure, or we've got some, and when you start looking at it more and you think of the stock markets and how China have now suddenly got it, they're back opening shops again and stuff.
Yeah, they've got it under control, haven't they? Or something,
China fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
There's also a thing, isn't there? Like, if you can get a remedy, or is it like something to heal this?
Vaccine.
A vaccine, yeah. A remedy.
a potion.
Yeah. You make millions off it. Who's going to be first to get this remedy, or is everyone going to get it then after buy the remedy?
Fucking remedy. Well, mate, it takes 12 to 18 months anyway to get a remedy for it. Yeah. It'd be fucking long. It'd be
just a vaccine take.
You were telling me though, wasn't you, that there was, I think it was off air, you were saying about there's a guy who's made testing kits. He's made a couple of mil.
Yeah, big style, yeah.
Wow.
Sell
Just make them things.
No, what he was, he was on the news actually. He was a Harley Street, which is the dead really posh street in London, where they do all the like face stuff and Botox and all that lot. He got hold of some testing kits. Obviously, some of his clientele are really, really wealthy. And he was buying them for 125 quid, these tests, and he was flipping them to celebrities and things like that, rich people for 3.5 grand. And he made something like 2-3 mil in fucking 24 hours.
Didn't they know that they could just buy the original product?
No.
Because they can they?
Well, he's a doctor, isn't he? So he could try and get hold of them or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. No, you can't just go and buy them normally. It was only certain people who had them, and yeah, he's fucking...
Oh, mate, there's some money to be made somehow, during all of this. But
I think that's a big part of it. I don't know. Maybe I think I just don't respect the news because they tell that much lies.
Yeah, that's the other thing, yeah.
I'm not respecting it properly, and then I'll end up with egg on my face in a bad way with this coronavirus. But then they just like over-exaggerating everything. It's maybe...
Mate, I'm so with you on that, because people could listen to this in about a month and go, fucking Jazz and Andy talking shite, weren't they? Me and you both lying in bed, fucking croning up, fucking... But I think like that, and like you say, you think like that because of how the news has been, and how fucking the politicians are, and how, so you can't blame me for thinking like this, because this is the society we live in, where you think fucking fake news, and remember years ago when politicians were claiming on the expenses for watching porn. They were staying in hotels watching porn channels and claiming back. You're like, okay, so I'm paying my taxes and you're claiming back expenses for watching a fucking dirty movie in your hotel, but now I've got to believe you because you tell me to stay in my house. It's that kind of like, it's not that I don't respect the corona, and I think that it's like, but he's a lying bastard, isn't he?
I have a story about a dirty movies where I was in the hotel in London. There's a channel for adult movies, so you go on it. Not that I went on it, but we go on it. So when I'm sitting with my baby, he goes, look at that there. It's a bit heavy, isn't it, really? Because you can be sitting with your kids. But then downstairs the next day, someone goes at the breakfast, you see, you can get pornos on the telly. Someone goes to him, yeah, it's mad, that, innit? And then someone pipes up and went, no, you need a password to get on. He realised how well he said, and he asked himself.
They're expensive though, aren't they? I remember I had a look. Fucking rip-off.
You know what I'm there waiting for as well? Did you see when countries went on lockdown and Pornhub made their things premium? Like they give it for free.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it goes in lockdown and you can just get free premium Pornhub.
This has gone downhill, by the way. Peter Val, Pornhub.
That's what's
actually, Pornhub's got some unbelievable data about like what people search for in different regions, and they've got all this like massive data.
Imagine,
mate. Every year they release like a. I'll get it up here now.
Mate, isn't
I'll just
porn,
be careful of it.
Porn's the only thing that you can find out like the most googled word and stuff like that, or you're like, but you can't find out like how many times people go on porn websites.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you can. Like,
but
there's
anything else you can.
Pretty much, yeah. Like you could
figures.
Yeah, so you could go like David Beckham was like the most googled sportsman in the world, or like Amazon was the most used website in the world, but I'm sure you can't get the statistics for porn. I'm sure.
Can't be putting all this stuff in
mate,
your man's search bar.
Mate, it's basically what it was is, I'll show it in a minute, but right, there was a graph, you might have seen it actually, a graph of how long it took to get 100 million users on a platform.
Yeah.
And there was WhatsApp on there was Instagram, there was YouTube, blah blah blah. Facebook, I think it took 2 years. YouTube was about 1.5 years, blah blah, all this lot. Pornhub, 10 days.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, mate, it's insane.
There is such a it'll be a really interesting talk. We'll kind of touch on some of it now, but you know what I think is without like taking the piss a bit, what's a really interesting is sex. Is just like an interesting thing to talk about, and like porn and stuff. When I went to Amsterdam, I went to about 1 year ago, and we done like the tour of a prostitute.
I've never been there,
Have you not?
No.
That's a fascinating place, mate.
Is it?
We done a tour of it, like there's like a museum brothel thing, and it's just like the history of like prostitution and stuff. And again, I might be wrong, 'cause it was a year ago I went there, but what do you think the average, you go into a prostitute in the red light district, I think it was €50 was meant to be. What do you reckon the average time is to go in and, you know, have your fun? What do you reckon the average time is?
6 minutes.
Do you reckon?
An hour?
No, fucking hell. You only get about 15 minutes anyway, I think, with them, or half, and I don't know. Something like about 2.5 minutes. Honestly.
And that's it, done.
And that's it, done.
So you get 2.5 minutes in there?
No, that's like the average. People are just going in, and for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm saying an hour, fucking hell.
Jazza the Stallion.
30 seconds.
from people kind of going in and maybe getting nervous and then walking back out, or maybe being too drunk or too high or whatever and not being able to bloody get a hard on, or to just come and take quick. I don't know, but it is like a few minutes. Like, it's honestly, yeah. And so because it was a museum.
Is that the museum that's? Because I think I've been there. Is it dead small inside, like dead tight? Yeah.
Tiny,
yeah. And there's like a and it used to be a brothel.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe, but it's so interesting though, and I just think like I say, the stats for say Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Can't find it,
but then you look at porn, 10 days to reach that many numbers. It's fucking mad.
I don't have to type it in, but I'm gonna.
What I've always wondered about to come up and his wife will be in here later going, what's he doing?
There we are. Number of years it took each product to gain 50 million users. Sorry, I was a little bit off there.
Days, wow.
19 days. Wow, that is crazy.
You're best opening every business as a porn business, aren't you? And then swapping it over to a business.
Yeah, just create this big massive following and then just go, oh, by the way, we're going to talk about boxing.
Imagine how many you could do. Anti-grants, porn.
Yeah, people just coming on, it's just me giving words of inspiration to them.
I've always wondered about Amsterdam. Now, if you've got a child born in Amsterdam, is it natural to see this prostitution? If you're walking down the street,
that's a good point, yeah.
Is it just natural?
It's a good...
I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you...
Yeah, if you just live there.
There are certain parts, though. It's like there's certain districts, isn't it? So it's the red light district, so I'm guessing you wouldn't want to...
I think it's the same as, like, if you live in London, like
Soho,
Soho, Trafalgar Square, like that sort of area. You don't, you kind of, because you're obviously not going to live in the red light district, are you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
there's certain like streets and stuff.
Yeah, it's just streets, yeah. There's a lot of, it just stinks of weed, doesn't it? Whenever you, yeah.
So it's mad that our kid can be from there and just smoking weed and doing breakfast is normal. It's normal.
It is, yeah.
Is the crime low there, or is it high? What's the crime like?
I don't know, actually.
Don't know, yeah, good question.
I think Amsterdam's big with ecstasy, isn't it? Big exporter.
When you're walking down the road, everyone's always asking if you want like coca, ecstasy, like whispering. As you're walking down, and
it's a good place. I love Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's a cool place. Isn't it? Yeah, really cool place.
I sorted you out with a hotel room, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Got my points, yeah.
Yeah, got free hotel there, thanks to Tom. But on that though, it's prostitution's not viewed as it is here. It's like it's a job, it's the oldest profession, really, isn't it?
Do you know why they have the red light as well? Did you hear? But it's because it makes the skin look fairer, and I think it was a point of it hid the scars as well.
Really?
Yeah? A red light, yeah. That's why it is.
Really,
that's why the light is red. Yeah.
I feel sorry for them women. No, imagine being that's your job. It's embarrassing enough for some fellas nowadays coming up with this camera.
You're not allowed cameras.
Yeah, mate, they're dead strict.
Yeah. Not allowed.
I was across from one of the windows, and I was just decided to just take a photo. I completely forgot, and she fucking clocked me straight off the bat and just hit literally went round the thing.
Press the panic button. Big fat.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's mad. I took my dad, and we went down the red light district at like fucking 10 in the morning, just to go and look at it. Like, it's just so mad. Like,
were they there at 10 in the morning?
Yeah.
Were they?
I heard it's even night time over there in that, like, the moon's out at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Never goes light.
No, it is seedy, like, but it's, so I took my dad there and just to have like just a kind of dad and lad weekend and just have a few beers and stuff, and we got there at like 9 in the morning, went for breakfast, and like couldn't have a beer. It was too early. And it was like, come on, we walked around the red light district and you're walking down and there's women there at like 10:30 in the morning, and fellas going in. It's like, this is mad. This is mad. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's such a big business, isn't it?
It's like the oldest profession.
It is,
isn't it? Yeah.
So is it a street? One street is it or something?
No, like just an area, and loads of different little alleyways and streets. And then you'll have like maybe like the Asian women, and then like black women, and then European women, and then like Eastern. You like, it's all they're like different bits.
Oh.
You do think when you're walking by, you do think like some trafficking surely going on here, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, big time.
The viewer's mind is watching this now, and it's just thinking, this is weird.
I know.
This is weird.
Some rabbit hole, isn't it? I'd like to do one on. You know it would be funny though to do one on like. You probably couldn't tell half them, like, but again, I just think that the industry of sex and porn, and now it's just so accessible. You know what I mean? Like you go to Amsterdam. Prostitution's there, fucking Pornhub, most probably viewed site in the world.
Oh, big stuff, yeah.
Sex is something that we all do, but yet it's a bit of a taboo subject. No one really talks about it, isn't it? But then you can't really.
I think that comes from religion, that.
Do you think?
The outlook on religion is it's bad, shameful, unless you're married. I don't know. That's my view anyway. So it comes from that. Because we've all got all of our ancestors would probably be somebody's nan who's religious. Like, that's wrong. Don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Because the things that are happening now that were 50 years ago were just not happening, really.
No.
Things happening now. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, not even a lifetime ago, but it's just people who live in lifestyles now who it wouldn't be allowed when they were young. Like Philip Schofield, when he was a kid, that probably something I'd never think of.
I've seen such a funny joke about Philip Schofield. It said, yeah, he spent. I can't even get it out.
Oh no!
He spent so much time on to come out, and now he's got told he's got to stay in. Brilliant. You know what else I think on that, mate? Just to go off sex for a minute. How when something happens, and then like there's a thing about it, like a minute later. Do you know what I mean? On like Instagram or something, like Boris Johnson done something the other day, like done one of his speeches, and he must have just said, I don't even know what he said, and then it was on Instagram.
Yeah, these people just waiting at
so quick. It was.
Do you know?
Was it the one where
everything?
Was it the one where he was on that in that football game and he just rugby tackled someone?
It was something like he was like, what did he?
So
got told something about some certain social. I think it might have been when he said the pubs are closing or something. And then it was like, when Boris catches me going to the pub, and it was just him rugby tackling some fella or something. Like, it's just so quick.
Have you seen the No Context Hen?
Oh,
yeah,
mate,
it's so funny that, isn't it?
It is quality that.
There was loads of them on the pub. It was like, what did it say? Yeah, the pubs are closing or something. Where are you going if the pubs are closing? And it's that one where he goes,
Have you ever seen the one, I think it's called Animations Fella?
Yeah, he's fucking amazing.
Have you seen it?
No.
Gansy and his mates. You know.
Can I get it on
It's
here?
on Instagram. Oh, mate,
No.
it's so, it's on Instagram.
What do I type in?
Animation Fella. Is he on YouTube, Ali?
Might be on YouTube as well.
Animation fella.
I think only Scousers will get this though.
Yeah, do you know what he?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's just like,
She was. Yeah.
Right.
I've not
I've
seen
never
it.
seen this before.
I saved them as like episodes. I'll save them up and then watch them all at once.
I first got onto it, the one where he done entry races or something. Like, that was ages ago he done that. Yeah, go just watch one of the first ones. One of the latest ones, yeah. I'm not.
Like this one.
Like 27,000 things it's got.
He's sponsored and everything now, Andy.
Yeah.
Is he?
He's getting that much views and followers.
Where's he from?
It's just a Scouse
You remember
thing.
his face to it? Got a feeling this is not...
I thought it was mine.
Fuck!
Ha! Look what the cat dragged in. Sapling noodle neck.
Dad, you need to come pick me up. Quick time.
I told you, kid, I'm not bailing you out. Houses.
It's an emergency.
Eve, you're still out, aren't you? You sound like you're there.
I'm in some moody gaff. It's getting proper scatty. You need to come quick.
He asked if you stinking me out.
Please, brother, I'm begging you.
Fucking hell, go on back about your lecture throwing me some dirt.
What's happening?
You're not getting off, are you?
Of course not. I'm game for cracking under.
Man, if you've ever got beef, I've got your back. The old fella's a heavy. He used to run the doors back in the 80s.
Oh, did he? Yeah, sound like
What do you want to me, Dad?
Now you know that.
He used to chill with Curtis Warren back in the 80s. And he was in Afghan with Ed Middleton. He's killed people and that.
Nice.
This corona's all a blab, you know. The government made it. They're trying to kill us with the 5G.
Would take a lot more than 5G to kill the G-Dog. Just for now.
No, I mean 5G network.
God knows.
What was the noise? I swear I heard a van door slide open.
I didn't hear anything like it.
It could be the army. I saw a tank in town yesterday.
Did you hear? Madness.
Do I stink or something?
The fuck you on about?
Why are you standing so far away from me? Do I smell a beer?
No, lad, you're sweet.
You're sweet.
I'm gonna tell you something, but you can't tell anyone.
What lad?
Me man's an alcoholic.
Ah, sorry, mate, but I can't listen to any more of your shouting. I'm off the plates. I don't want to hear about your helping when you're fucking alcoholic now. I'm getting outside. I'm getting off. I hope I never see you again. Nice one for grabbing me, bro. Not all heroes wear capes.
Fucking hell, you look toast there. Was it a good night?
I can't be asked talking about I'm never going out again. Today's episode is
Oh, mate. He's so mad. Probably only Scouts will get this. If anyone's listened to after the last couple of minutes, they'll think, what the fuck are they laughing at?
People think
But, it's so funny, though. Animation fella. And he must be making dough off. And how every episode's sponsored.
49,000 followers, yeah.
Animations there.
You think,
Get
when
on
you're
me.
first getting your first sponsor, what do you ask for? Because you don't know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? What do you want out of it? If it's just fun to you, 49,000 followers, bloody hell.
He's nailing it. Get him to fucking sponsor the pod.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
How long have we been chat, mate? That's probably one of the funniest podcasts I've done, that to be fair,
Drive
mate.
home today, last time I ran home from here, didn't I?
Oh, yeah?
Running along the I didn't know the way from here back to Liverpool, so we jogged along the hard shoulder. And the police stopped at the side of me and went, "What are you fucking doing?" And he's like quite aggressive. I said, "Yeah, what?" I'm just running. And he goes, "Get in the car." And I was like, "I'm getting in next." And I was going, "No, I'm alright." I get on that field there, he's coming, "It's fucking Brian Prophet, you get in the car now." You should be getting arrested for this. So I get in the car, I'm sweating all over the back of the busy car. And he said, "Where do you live?" I said, "Somewhere I live." So he's driving down home to him thinking, I can't get dropped off outside my house here in the busy car.
Oh my God.
So he gets out on Edge Lane. So we're on like a flatmate. And so I open the door and it was locked. And he's going, "What are you doing? Get in the car." So he had to let me out on Edge Lane. I was like, "That nice one, mate, but it looked like a bag of ass." Get out of his car. It's like that with the cat wings on the bikes, look like that.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Drives today.
Fucking hell. That was the first one we ever did, wasn't it?
The last one.
Was it the last
second
one?
Yeah.
Second one. Fucking hell.
Oh no, I've been fucking crying today here with this.
Oh,
Jazza, mate, as always. Fucking
As always.
pleasure, mate.
I can't wait for that other fight as well, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know as soon as that may get you in again before, mate. There's a little build up for it.
Pre and after now?
Yeah, pre and after. Gotta be, mate.
Right, mate.
Fans' favourite.
Cheers, Jazza. Thank you, mate.